Hey, how are you?
One piece.
What do you want? Excuse me? Is this yours?
Do I show you how to use it, or did you read the
You see the color of the sapling. It's quite different than the hardwood. They're all different. Nice bottom detail.
Hey Lars, will you turn a little bit with the pieces? Thank you.
Tom. Cedar. It's a pretty nice piece. Nice shape. I like a little bottom, a little less bottom on it. It would feel lighter. But other than that, it's very nice. Nice finish. Is that one, Tom?
Yeah, that's from that same dead tree in my backyard that they were telling everybody for the last 4 months it's sweet gum. Well, it sprouted some new maple leaves.
Yeah, that's a maple.
So, it's sweet gum or something. It's an odd tree.
It's a very nice piece of stuff.
Same name.
We're at, this looks like
That's maple.
no, it's here.
It's not finished yet.
Not finished, so walnut.
It's walnut with mahogany, so I gotta put one coat of mahogany finish on it.
And you're not finished, you just mean the final finish.
Yeah, I just left to sand it down and put some more finish. I want to build up the finish one.
It's a nice OG shape. Pretty subtle.
Got some tear on the bottom. And then about halfway down the inside, you can probably feel right about there. I got lazy.
He'll beat you up. You don't need to beat yourself up.
I'm just beating him to the punch.
Is yours also?
Hey, I've seen that wood.
Seen that? It's balsam maple. Ambrosia maple with the beetle holes in it.
I like that lip.
Like
The lip.
I wanted it, that's a little bit bigger because I wanted to keep that one, the streak that spans the whole bottom.
That's kind of nice, the symmetry of the rings on the bottom. You get the two eyeballs. That's nice. Big piece of cedar. Norm.
That's me.
It's got a funny bottom on it.
Yeah, it's not quite finished yet.
It's got some nice knots in the middle. Pretty straight grain. One thing I'm always amused about by cedar is how sharp the white will just end. It looks like he cut this piece and put it in there. You find this commonly with cedar.
I find that all the time. It's crazy.
It's a nice shape, nice feel to it.
You turned it wet. Turned it wet.
It was about 15% moisture, and I just live with a spray bottle. Somebody told me about that. And every time I finished cutting, I just sprayed it with more water again. I had cedar crack way too easily.
Yeah, it looked like it was getting a little more right.
Yeah, I know.
After you rub it in, just let it dry.
No, it was one process. Yeah, I mean, it took me about 5 days, but
Here you are. Decent.
Cherry crotch.
Cherry crotch. Is that up?
Inclusion there.
Is that up?
Yeah. And that's epoxy filler.
It's got a nice foot. He trimmed out half of it on 3 feet. A nice convex sort of bubble on the bottom. Feels real interesting. Feels good.
I burned those rings with countertop laminate before I cut it out so I could have a delineation.
And here too on the outside.
Yeah.
Just a sample piece from like Home Depot.
Yeah, I just broke a piece off and the sample pieces work great.
Yeah.
All right, we got some boxes with inlay on the top. Nice inside. Nice inside on the lid. Nice lines down the side. Whose are these? It's walnut?
Those are mine. The wood is over 100 years old. This is a local attorney commissioned me to do this, and it's actually dimensional lumber that's been glued up. You got it. And he told me freeform with the design whatever I wanted, so I made him 3 different heights and 3 similar but different looks.
What's the black
The
color?
center one's not finished yet, but that
Bob, what happens to the black side? Bob, what's the black? Hey, Bob, the black. What's the black?
excuse me.
The black.
It's just wire, burn wire. Wire burn.
This looks real nice inside. Just come up and look at them afterwards.
Yeah, you really can
real
hardly
pretty.
see that it's a layup.
It's real pretty. It's a nice round shape. I like that shape a lot.
The center one.
This one I couldn't figure out. And you gotta put you're putting an inlay there?
Yeah, I'm not done with
Wow. They're pretty nice. Alright, we had a lake coming. Little bowl. Who's that? Yeah? So, it's a nice shape.
It's my first.
Be a little more, you know, it's got this curve and then kind of like, you could have taken off just a hair more with it. And it's real pretty.
That's my first non-funnel.
Non-funnel?
Yeah.
Okay, well you're getting better. And then it comes right up to the pit.
Non-funnel.
That's real pretty. It's nice wood, nice finish. Did a nice job on finishing it. The inside was really nice. There's no bumps. No, you can't feel any ridges anywhere.
Yeah, I use one of those easy wood tools to get to the bottom.
All right, some coral. I bet this is from somebody who went sailing a lot.
I knew you'd love that one. You loved the last. 2 years ago.
Oyster shell.
2 years ago, I did a series of about 50 pieces using shell, and went to Hawaii in February and brought back a bunch of coral. And this is the first piece I've done with the coral. They're just pretty things to sit on the shelf and look at.
Is that wood dyed or?
Nope, that's some kind of weird natural.
All right. This is a piece I made. This was a warm-up piece. I went over to the Ellsworth workshop. And I just had some sticks of crepe myrtle. And this was a crotch of crepe myrtle. And I stuck the whole thing right on the blade. And the fun thing about turning this was, this is where it was thinner, and the branches came out this way. So 2 branches this way, so it's thinner across there. And then as you're hollowing it, you get through the edge. Then all the sawdust, you have a big splash of sawdust, because all the stuff that was accumulating, you have this big donut. And then you can watch your tool. You can just watch yourself go right down and smooth the inside, and you can see the whole thing. It's like having it. So, I could really spend some time trying to make the wall thickness very even, because obviously this is going to be a part where a piece where someone can feel how uneven your wall thickness is. So you need to spend, when Chris was saying, he showed you that bark inclusion, and he wants to go through it from the inside. Well, your obligation once you go through is to make it real even. Because if you leave it, everyone's going to they're going to look at it funny. But so anyway, this was just a fun little piece I did. Then I put in some decorative grooves. I haven't put a finish on it yet. It just sits on our dining room table. This is a burn piece that I made, obviously. Who else is making them yet? I also made this at the Ellsworth clinic, and I wanted to try the shape that Steve Driggers likes to do, where he's imitating big foam, where you come down real straight on the side and swing it in. And then the other thing I was trying to do here was get the pith right on the rim, so you can see the rim, right on the rim. And I made it wide so that the grain is real straight across the top, because it's in the tree like this. But then when you look at it sideways, it's perfectly circular. And then on the sides, you get the nice weirdness of the hyperbolic shapes.
How did you do that?
Oh, and then I like to burn them. I take a torch and just usually burn my wrist a little, because I'm like this, burning it. And you get it burning. There's a flame. There's a fire coming off of it. And smoke, and my neighbors, the spring was so nice this year, smoke's going up through their windows into their bedroom. They want to call the fire department. The bottom burned out real nice. It had this groove of rotten down the middle, so you kind of got feet, just by luck. So, and then the finish is just beeswax, just smeared on and rubbed. And it's real sticky for a while. I let it sit in the sun. The sun kind of melts it, soaks in. Rub it, soaks in more.
Did you brush off the char with a
Yeah, so you char it, and then
steel brush?
I usually use steel wool, like real pretty rough the first time, and then I usually char it, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times, and the last time you char it, you rub it with Quad Zero, and it gives it a real smooth finish.
Kind of, what is that?
This is a pine tree, just Carolina pine.
So it burns the doors in
They're grain.
there? The
It's just the grain. It's the winter and spring. I mean, it's the spring.
So the harder and softer would burn it at
The
different rates.
the dark part of the pine burns slower.
Yeah.
All right, this is a very pretty piece.
Yeah, I thought I was lucky to get the sapwood, and then when I flipped it over, I cut it off, and it jumped, and the center point hit again, and it went oblong.
Over here?
Yeah, so I'm really lucky. So that's what I like.
That tells a good story. I like that. This is a nice cherry. You can see the rings. Just real nice concentric rings inside. A real nice shape.
I super glued the heck out of the top because it was pretty, yeah.
Yeah, that over out on the sapwood is going to rot much faster than the heartwood. Has it been down a while? Do you know?
No, well, I got it when of course, you don't get a cherry tree until it dies.
Right.
So that was part of the rotten part when it was dead.
This was another piece I did. It was probably the same log as that. And it was a scrap, but I was bored one day. And the thing I really wanted to try and do with this has the opposite grain orientation. The pith is right through the, this is the sapwood out here. And I wanted to get, basically the nicest curve I could get, just like Chris is talking about. I wanted to get that shape to come around with no bumps or humps and just feel really smooth. And then I burned it, and I really like the way it came out. The bottom has these real nice, the rings have a real nice shape, and it just sits on the table pretty well. And I don't sand these at all, and one of the things I like, Richard Raffin has a book on turn bowl design, and one of the things he talks about, he says it's a real shame that we sand off all the tool marks. You should show how you made your piece, and so one of the things, and I've always liked that, and it came out on this piece, on this knot, which is very hard, and didn't burn much at all. The sap is just jumping out. You're getting black flame coming off, black smoke. You can feel the tool marks where the spiral of the tool went up, right across this knot. And then these pieces are so dark. I thought I'd try putting leaf inside. I'm sorry I used imitation gold leaf instead of real gold, like 22, 24 karat. It's got copper in it and a couple other metals, and they say to clear coat it. So I sprayed it with acrylic yesterday, and it lost half its shine. I swear, it was twice as shiny the day before yesterday because I put that clear coat on it. And so if you use real gold leaf, it never tarnishes. And so you just get this shine that's amazing. And then if you have this sitting in a room where there's light coming from the window, the light just comes in here and explodes out. You swear when you walk up to it that there is a light in the bottom. And my kids love this, and my wife loves it. And so it sits next to that on the table.
When you torch it, what do you put the fire out? You just blow it out? Really?
Yeah, I usually my hands get a little hot. All right, here's another one. Candle holder. This was somebody who's about to join.
Just join.
Just
somebody.
All right.
And a lot to learn.
What do you want to say about it?
I think it might be beach. And it's turned for both a pillar candle and a lotus candle. And I made a couple that I've drilled with 3 different holes that you can put a taper candle in. The too.
Okay.
And I was learning, trying out what it's like to try to sort of do an inlay. So I took the original round piece and ran it over my table saw 4 times, and then tried to do a thin strip of wood and glue it in place. So it's still shrinking a little bit, so there's some cracks and things, but it's, after that it's just a beetle finish.
All right. Peel up? Buff peel?
Yeah. The 3 bumpers.
All right, that's a set of candle holders. Is that crepe myrtle?
Yes, it is.
Is that a nice set, each one taller than the next?
And just a variety of whatever came out when I
So
was
you're
working
gonna
on it.
make a nice cluster on the table with the different heights and different diameters. And the natural edge is real pretty, it's real attractive.
Lars, can you take one step back? Thanks.
No, that's the other thing that you just asked. And Jeff asked me when we were driving down here. I just turned them, and the light part is where the tool hit it,
Right.
and the dark part is just the outside of the wood.
Right.
And then I used the walnut oil too.
And that's a walnut oil to start? That's very nice finish.
And that's the way it comes out. I was really struck by it.
There's no paraffin or anything?
Just the
Just the
granola
walnut?
at the end. The third buffer.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
All right, I
Very
think
struck by
that's
that.
it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.